Okay, welcome back to this laptop once more, and today we're gonna do yet another gaming test video, but this time is to kind of address some of your questions in our original gaming test video. So for this time, I'll be tweaking the test a little bit. I will still be using the Intel Present one because it's just a good tool, and yeah, it seems to have hang a little bit here because I've just booted up the laptop. And now what I will do is to first go into GTA 5. Now we will play GTA 5 with the lowest graphical settings at 1080p resolution first, so we can get a baseline of what kind of performance we'll get if we're using a more standard type of resolution display. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so to show you the settings again, these are everything that I'm using. 1920 by 1200 is because this is a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, so I have to use this resolution because anything, if I set it to 1080p, then it will look a bit weird because, you know, 1080p is 16 by 9, so we'll have black bars at the top and bottom and potentially stretching the image, which is not something that I want. And I'm still playing it at the the lowest graphical setting. So let's see how well this laptop will perform at 1080p with the lowest graphical quality at GTA 5. Okay, so yeah, Present 1 is not really working that well with the 14th gen Intel Core Ultra 7 155H. So we don't have the average power or temperature for the CPU. As for GPU, we do have the average power consumption and we do have the average FPS. So as you can see here, we are getting really high FPS, above 100 FPS, which is surprising. And yeah, do remember this is 1920 by 1200 pixels in resolution, and I'm surprised. So it is drawing at around 28 watts of power, which is the overall power available for the entire SoC. Maybe the GPU power, average GPU power is the SoC power. I'm not too sure, but yeah, the Present 1 software isn't working particularly well with this new chip yet. One thing to mention is that it is raining in GTA 5 right now, so this weather condition will definitely affect the FPS somewhat. So we're still driving around at around 110 FPS, which is again surprising. So let's just drive around some more and see how this thing goes. Unfortunately, I don't have the average temperature because none of the telemetry is working, so yeah. When it's raining in this game, it's just pretty impossible to drive since it slides around so much. Or maybe I'm just not familiar with this game on keyboard and mouse. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that this screen has variable refresh rate, so there is no screen tearing even though I disabled VSync. And you should disable VSync if your monitor has variable refresh rate, so you can get better FPS values. And once again, it's consistent at about 110, and again, very impressive. Someone also mentioned that we should try in whisper mode. So as you know, ASUS laptops, you can hit the FN key plus F, then this little menu will pop out, and they want us to try in whisper mode. Usually I'm testing it in performance mode, so you know what, we'll try in the whisper mode, because in whisper mode the fan speed is at the lowest and it is pretty much inaudible. So let's try it out and see what kind of FPS we can get. Since we are now in the whisper power profile, the average power has dropped to around 20 watts, which means our frame rate can dip below 100 FPS, which is, I think, still okay. Anything above 60 is considered very smooth, actually more than enough. So as you can see, currently the FPS is still dropping, and that is because I'm in a room that is air conditioned at 27 degrees Celsius. So if we're using whisper mode, it is more reliant on the ambient temperature. So if for whatever reason my environment is a lot hotter than it is, then my average power will drop even further because it can't kick off those excess heat that fast. So yes, do keep that in mind. Oh, okay, the frame drops are starting to happen, and yeah, that's thermal throttling for you. So as you can see, the power draw is now dropping to around just like 17 watts, 16 watts, and it will only get further down when it heats up a lot more. So let's just drive around some more and see how's the power draw gonna be. Okay, time to get another car. I wrecked this. So as we can see, the power draw has dropped to around just, I think about 15 watts now. So we can go as low as around 60 something FPS, sometimes can even go to around 100, but it usually won't hit 100 FPS once the power draw has dropped to like as low as 12. I saw it just now. So yeah, do keep note of that. Okay, so we can see now in whisper mode, the power draw, I would say it has stabilized at around 15 watts of power draw only in an air-conditioned room of 27 degrees Celsius. The temperature, I don't have it here because preset mode is just not really working that well with the 14th gen Intel Core Ultra series of SoCs. And yeah, as you can see there, a lot of frame skips here and there. It's not that stable in terms of FPS. But at least we can still get above 30 FPS, which is surprising even on such low power draw. Nah, not gonna do that. Anyway, yeah, it's impressive if you wanna play it in whisper mode. The fan is kind of audible, but not really that audible, which is again surprising. And then someone also asked if we can try the game at the highest graphical settings at 1080p. I don't think it's gonna be a good way to do it. I mean, it's not gonna be a good time, but you know what, we'll try. Okay, so let's verify it once more. The graphics 1080p, which is for my case here 1920 by 1200. Then everything at the absolute highest. I'm using it in softest because this is the most general one, because it's either this or AMD or Nvidia's special technique for this kind of post-processing. Then for advanced graphics, I'm just gonna max everything here. I'm not sure why that didn't go max, but okay. And now let's head into the game. Oh, I should change it to performance mode back. So remember, everything at the highest graphical settings, performance mode, and also 1080p resolution. Okay, the frame rate is definitely affected very heavily. So we are only getting like about 30 FPS, not even 30 consistent. We constantly drop below 30. And driving around, we're getting around like what? Oh shit. Yeah, I can see as slow as 20 FPS, which is definitely not good. So yeah, do remember to scale down some of your graphical settings if you want to get a consistent gaming experience. I think you can experiment a while and see if you can get 60 FPS by just tuning some of the graphical settings. And yeah, at this crowd density setting here, there's definitely a lot more cars on the street. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Whoa, 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 the frame rate is really inconsistent. We're getting somewhere 30 FPS. A safe bet would be around 30. It usually drops below 30, so yeah, if you want to play this game at the highest graphical settings, then lower the graphical settings a bit if you want to get consistent 60 FPS. Really nothing much to talk about in GTA 5, so let's move on to the next game, which is Rocket League, because someone asked me what kind of FPS we can get in Rocket League. I don't play Rocket League, so I have installed it just to give it a quick try. And the request was playing Rocket League on this laptop. I'm curious if we can reach 120 FPS in 1080p, so we'll just do that real quick. And where's my Rocket League? Okay, so this is all of the settings that we're using right now. Everything at the absolute highest, including 120 FPS mode, because this screen is 120 FPS, 120 Hz to be exact. So these are all of the settings, 1920 by 1200, remember that. And I'll just go for a very casual match of an exhibition because I don't want to mess with anyone's time in this game, because I don't play this game and I'm a absolute noob in it. So yeah, I'm gonna play offline in single player mode. This game is extremely snappy even at the highest graphical settings. I mean, it wouldn't reach 100 FPS for most of the time, but hey, yeah, not bad, I would say. How do I fix this? Ah, goddamn. Yeah, very smooth gameplay. Again, I don't play this game at all, but looking at the frame rate here, yeah, remember highest graphical settings, 1080p. I'm amazed. I think the temperature isn't that high either because the fan speed is just not that audible. So is there a goal or what? Okay. Yay, first time. Yeah, I just don't play this game. Oh. Yay, another goal. Ah, goddamn. It's real difficult to aim where the ball goes when you hit it with the car. Hey, third goal. Ooh. Okay, I thought that's illegal, but apparently you can do this in this game. And we did it again. Is there a formula to this game or what? So yeah, after the game has stabilized, we can see the frame rate is at around 90 something, 100 FPS, which is pretty typical. I mean, it will never drop below 60, which is surprising. I mean, I don't know if the effects of this game will get crazy to the point that it can actually affect the FPS that much, but for what we're seeing right now, yeah, the frame rate is very good. So let's move on to the next game. Okay, so this is gonna be my first time playing Borderlands 3. I played Borderlands 1 and 2, but definitely not 3. So for the graphics, we do have quite a lot of things to select from. DirectX 11 or 12. actually we should just use DirectX 12 because why not? For the resolution, we can change it to full screen, then we can change to 1080p. I think this would work a lot better. VSync turn off, resolution at 100%, FPS limit not there. Then we can go for, let's just try very low graphical quality first. I don't know how this laptop will perform. So this preset would be okay. So we will also have to restart the game because we changed the API to DirectX 12. Okay, so just to confirm, I have set the graphical quality as such, DirectX 12, blah blah blah. Very low graphical preset as of now, just to see what kind of FPS that we can get as a baseline. So yeah.
So you want to play? Whence you came? You cannot take me.
I need you alive to save me!
Lucky. Oh, going in for the job.
Yeah, not bad. I would say we're getting above 30 FPS all the time, but there are some, yeah, as you can see there were a lot of frame skips here and there. I think that is because of the loading speed of the game instead of anything else. So yeah, when things stabilize, we can get above 60 FPS, which is real good. It's kind of difficult to see the enemy with all of these vibrant colors. Can I get some HP over here, sir? I need health. Where can I get health?
There's no way your supple and delicate body can survive a showdown with shit like the
Okay, let's health. Oof. So yeah, I think that's all for this test. I actually wanted to test CS2 as well, but I don't think I should because this video is already long enough. Yeah, CS2 will run above 60 FPS as well. I tried that off the camera actually, and that works really well. So yeah, we're gonna end it here because this video is really long enough. Overall, really good performance even though we tested with a bunch of different scenarios. And if you're aiming to game at 1080p, then I think this GPU, this Intel Arc integrated GPU will handle most of those games really well, assuming that you can lower your graphical settings a little bit. 1080p 60 FPS, I would say it's pretty easy to achieve using this laptop. Just manage your expectations in terms of the graphical quality and you're good to go. So yeah, goodbye.